Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Madiwa Angela, and yeah, do like and subscribe if you are new to the family. If you are not, if you've been here, if you've been watching, what's good? I hope you are well. I hope you're having a great January. It's coming to an end, but hopefully this will be out before end of Jan, because today's 29. So let's trust. So today's video is a little different. Today we're going to be talking about a few tips. There's maybe just 4 tips for first years who are coming into construction studies. So I have actually officially passed my undergraduate in Bsc Construction Studies at the University of Cape Town, and I feel like I'm qualified to say this because I've been there. I've got the degree, it's in the bag, so I think I can give you a few pointers to those who are the incoming first years of 2025. So if you want to hear more about that, do stay tuned. Do feel free to DM me as well, because I have quite a lot of people commenting and DMing me, contacting me, asking me a few questions about the degree. So I'm nice, I don't bite. Feel free to DM me. I do check my requests every now and again. So subscribe, like, leave a comment, do the things, okay? Okay, so first thing, pointer. I don't know if it's a tip or pointers or where this would fall, but I would say in first year you're going to do economics, and I don't know if it's still structured the same way as it was for me when I was in first year, which was 2022, but we had it online. Most of our courses are online, then we have tutorials in person. Most of the lessons are online, and so often I'm like, oh, it's online, I'll do it later. Don't do that. Don't make that mistake. That work piles. It piles. So take it from me, attend your tutorials, do your tutorials. As much as it's like, oh, I can copy from a friend, don't do that, because those tutorials are exactly the same as your exams. So if you're struggling with the tutorials, you are going to struggle with the test and the exam. So take it from me, attend your tutorials, use your tutors. Okay guys, use your tutors. Something that I took for granted of was when you have tutorials, you don't really ask questions, and if you don't do your tutorials yourself, when you go for like the meetups, I forgot what they're called, but I forgot what they're called, the in-person tutorials, right? If you don't do the quizzes and everything, and you don't do your notes beforehand, it's hard to go to those and have a question to ask, because you don't even understand what's going on. But those people are so helpful. I only noticed it towards like exam time, exam time, when I'm not asking them questions and they explain it so clearly. So when I tell you, use your tutors, do not skip tutorials, do your quizzes on time. And I mean, yes, get help from people with work, but try and understand it for yourself as well. I do understand there's times where you just need to meet the deadline to submit and you just want to copy and get it over and done with, but do try go back to it and go over it, because trust me, it goes a long way. Ecos held back a lot of people. I had friends who still had to redo it in their second year. Some who still had to redo it in third year because it didn't go well. And the last thing you want is to have been third year. Third year was a lot of work. The last thing you want is to be having the load from third year plus first year work. So when I tell you, you're doing yourself a favor by just doing it well, doing it right the first time, and getting it like just passing. And I know it's not everyone's. I was very much a maths and numbers girl and sciences girl. So when I did something like ecos, it was a real challenge to me. I did struggle quite a bit with it. So I would suggest like getting help from your friends, getting help from people. And just try your best. The last thing you want. I'm telling you, if I had friends, this is that I'm in Zimbabwe right now, but if I have friends who will tell you that, and they tell first years like, don't take it as a joke. Okay, I know it's. Don't take it as a joke, because it will pile. It's a lot of work on its own, but at least do it in the time when it's meant to be done, because carrying that work onto the next year's work, horror. So that's my thing, okay? Yeah. And then next thing I would say is I get a lot of people asking me, okay, but why do we do like economics and like those other more like commerce courses when this is more like engineering side? This degree is actually in the engineering faculty. So with construction studies, it's, as much as it's engineering, it's got a bit of more commerce in it. It's got a bit of commerce in it, right? With that being said, it's a lot more broader in terms of what you can do after uni. So I'm taking the quantity surveying route. That's the honors the honors program that I'm doing this year at the University of Cape Town. Still, which I'm gonna, yeah, later, we'll block that out, right? But with what I'm doing, you can get into a various array of fields. You get into quantity surveying, like what it actually is, cost consulting. You get into consulting, you can work in a bank, because within the degree you're going to do so many courses. It used to frustrate me, like, why am I going to do accounting? Why am I doing economics? Why am I doing law? Why am I doing XYZ? But towards the end, it all makes sense. Like, okay, I guess in the beginning, I didn't really understand what I was studying. And it didn't help that online there weren't as much YouTubers or people who explained what it was about, which is why I'm trying to do that for y'all. So construction studies, it's so broad that it's not just there. You do have courses where you design, you build models of houses, you make plans, you do drawing, you do SketchUp, you do XYZ, but there's also another side to that, because that's not, construction is so broad. It's so broad, and I only realized that towards the end. It's like, okay, it's not just building houses, there's so much more to this behind all of that. So yeah, I've had people DM me asking that as well, like, oh, but why do you do these courses? But it makes sense once you get to the end, just if I'm making sense. Okay, so another tip or point, I don't even know what I'm saying, this is just chat, let's just say it's a chat, okay, is to use your lecturers. I used to get told this in first year. People are like, Angela, your lecturers are there. They're getting paid to help you. Use your lecturers. And guys, it's true. If you struggle with anything, email them. Yeah, no. Get help. If you want to meet up later, get help. Like, they are so helpful. These people will explain to you. And I know in first year, I was also like, oh, I can do it. I'll do it later. But you realize when it's now exam time, you're like, oh my gosh, I can't breathe. Where do I start? And now there's not enough time, there's not enough hours in the day to get everything done. But it's for your own benefit to be above the work, especially in first year. Because let me tell you something. First year is the year that you're supposed to set your GPA up here. First year sets the tone for your GPA. Let me not even lie to you. The people who were playing in first year, their GPA started low, and then you don't want to play in those waters, because that means it's going to be harder for you to get into honors or the honors program you want, because they say 60 to 65% is the range they take for GPA. So if in first year it's the easiest year, because it only gets harder each year, let me not even lie to you. The workload is crazy. So I would say first year, the smartest move is, those courses are easy. Okay, they're not easy, but they're the easiest. So I would say the smartest move is to take it seriously. Try get those 80s, try get those distinctions in the test, try get in the exams and everything, because that sets your GPA up here. That way, not that way when it drops, but that way if it drops, it's dropping, but it's not dropping to like a 50. Because if you buy a 60, you're gonna drop to like a 50, you know. But if your GPA is up in the 70s, 80s, if it drops, it's gonna come down to this maybe 70s, then maybe 60s, then it sticks around there. You know what I mean? So the last thing you want to do is start off that. Like, when I tell you, it's harder to bring the GPA up than it is to bring it down. So when I tell you this, like, yeah, but this is not me saying don't enjoy your life, because you're living in Cape Town, you know, you're away from home. Well, most of the time you're away from home, you're living in Cape Town, you have a space to discover yourself. Do that. Don't be a person who's in the book. It doesn't help. As hard to speak in China, it doesn't help you with anything, because now mentally you're not okay, and that can take a toll on you, because also you're away from home for most of the time. Well, I was away from home for the first time for that long. It took a toll on me. Don't be the person who's just, because it doesn't help. Make friends, go do things, see Cape Town, go to the beach. I had a friend who had been in Cape Town for 3-4 years. She had never been to the beach. I was like, a girl. But to be fair, she was there during COVID times. But still, we got her to the beach. Okay. Yeah. And I think this is gonna be my last pointer or tip or chat, because I don't want to do too many, because like, I don't even know if people will receive this video well, but if we do like it, if there's a good response, people are like, no, they have more questions to ask and everything. Yeah, so my next thing is join the group chats. Join the course group chats. People share work there. People share information there. Okay, join those group chats. If people send links to like the equals group chats, join. If they send links to something, my maths group chat, mam 1010 group chat, join it. There's information that will be related that could help someone, you know. Another thing I would say is try, if you can, be friends with the older kids. Like if you're in first year, try to get to know the second year kids. Why? Because I don't know if this is information I should be telling, but so often university lecturers may be a little bit lazy and recycle test papers. So if you can get their past test papers and study from them, those, it would be helpful. But this is not to say only purely cram test papers, because sometimes they will bring no question you've ever seen before. So it's a good way to understand if you're, to gauge if you are getting the work. But so often that it's a good way to see if you're understanding the work, because they may bring like 1 or 2 questions back in the papers, like in the tests and exams. But don't rely only on the past paper, because you will fail. You actually will fail. Like, take it from me, I was blessed to not have failed anything, but I was close. I was close. Yeah, so as much as you do that, to get help from the past papers, you might be lucky that sometimes they do bring the whole question paper exactly the same. And if you've done past papers, it's to your advantage, because when you do a past paper, you revise it, you know the answer, like the model answer for those questions. But don't only do that, also try to study other things as well. Yeah, and yeah, guys, just enjoy first year, make friends, be open to making friends. Know that you might lose the friends you make in first year too, because you're just discovering yourself. Have fun. And yeah, so I think that's the end of my video. It's very short. Yeah, if you have any more questions, please do feel free to drop them in the comments. Do feel free to pop into my DMs. I don't bite. I decided to make that I'm going to focus on more construction studies videos, because when I was in first year and just before I went to Cape Town, I was trying to find people who talked about this degree, who talked about their experience, who vlogged the experience, and then I never really found anything. So I was like, I could tap into that, because if I wanted that, means somebody else wanted that too. So this is what I'm doing. So yeah, please do subscribe, guys. God bless you all.